There are 12 fards of a salat. We can summarize as follows. Fard is an obligation clearly commanded by Allah Ta'ala. Unless the fards of a divine command are carried out, that worship cannot be sahih, that is sound and correct. It is fard to fulfill the following 12 preconditions. 7 of these fards are outside of the salat, and 5 of them inside of the salat. The fards outside of the salat are called preconditions also. 1. Taharat, purification from hadas, state of being without abdest or ghusl. The performance of an ablution by a person who does not have an ablution, and performance of a ghusl by those who are junub, that is, religiously impure. 2. Taharat from najasat. People who are to perform salat must purify their bodies, clothes, the places where they will perform salat from najasat, that is, from the things that are declared to be religiously dirty. For example, blood, urine, alcohol. 3. Satri avrat. It is to cover avrat parts. To veil one's avrat, that is intimate body parts, is a commandment of Allah Ta'ala. Those body parts of mukallaf, that is, for those that is discreet and in puberty, which are haram, prohibited, for them to open and show to others and for others to look at during salat or any time, are termed avrat parts. A man's avrat parts are between his navel and lower parts of his knees. As for a woman, all parts of her body, except for her face and hands, are her avrat parts. 4. Istiqbal Qibla. It is to perform a salat towards the Qibla. The Qibla of Muslims is where the space of the Kaaba is, which is in the city of Makkah al-Mukarramah. That is, that space from the earth to the arsh is the Qibla. 5. Waqt. It is to perform salat in due time. That is, to know that the prayer time has begun and to intend to perform the prescribed time's prayer. 6. Niyat. It is to make niyat, intention, by passing the thought through the heart when one is about to begin a salat. This must be done to show the intention to perform salat. It is not considered a niyat to only say it verbally. To make niyat for salat means to pass through the heart the salat's name, time, qibla, to wish to follow the imam when performing salat in jama'ah, to show the intention to perform salat. Niyat is made while saying the takbir of iftitah, the beginning. The niyat made after the takbir of iftitah is not sahih, it is not sound, and salat thereby performed is not acceptable. 7. Takbir of tahrima. It means saying Allahu Akbar when beginning salat. This takbir at the beginning of salat is called takbir al-iftitah. No other word to replace it is acceptable. The fards inside salat, its rukuns. There are 5 fards within a salat. Each of these 5 fards is called rukun. They are: 1. Qiyamah. It means standing when one is to start and perform salat. One who is too ill to stand performs salat sitting, and if he is too ill to sit, he lies down on his back and performs it with his head by moving, nodding, etc. his head. It is not permissible to make salat while sitting in a chair. 2. Qira'at means to recite verbally. It means properly and beautifully reciting a surah, a chapter of the Quran al-Karim, or an ayat, a verse of the Quran al-Karim. 3. Ruku. It means bowing and putting the hands on the knees after finishing the qira'at. In the ruku, one says, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, at least 3 times. While straightening up from the ruku, one says, Sami'alahu liman hamida. When standing up after the ruku, one says, Rabbana lakal hamd. 4. Sajda. It means prostrating on the ground after the ruku. Sajda is prostrating on the ground 2 times successfully by putting hands, forehead, and nose on the ground. One says, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la 3 times in each sajda. 5. Qada al-akhirah. It means sitting in the last rakat as long as it would take to say the prayer Atiyatu. This is also called the last sitting position.